So this is the story of one of my clients named Matthew Farquhar. Now, a couple of months ago, he got on the phone with me and he said, "Look, I'm a 21-year-old university student and I want to start a career coaching business teaching students how to get high finance jobs." And I said, "That's a really good idea." And he said, "Can you help me with that?" I said, "Absolutely." So he enrolled into my program, and by the second month, his second month in the program, he made $25,000. I remember him calling me saying, like, "How is this possible? How did I just make 25 grand? I'm still in university." In fact, his client load became so much. He had so many people enrolling into his program. He had to put things on pause so that he could finish his final exams while still in university. So what I decided to do was record an interview with him to talk about his experience and how he was really able to build his business from zero, literally just a student in his dorm, to building a $25,000 a month business. So I recorded this entire interview for you to watch. So enjoy it, take notes, and I'm telling you, you can do the same. So make it happen. Matthew is 22 years old. He's a stellar student who's currently in my LinkedIn coaching program. He, in his third month of being in this program, hit a $25,000 month while being a full-time university student. So I brought him on today for you so we can have a conversation to just learn a little bit more about his experience, how he was able to build a $25,000 a month coaching business, career coaching business to be specific, and, just give you a little bit more insight about Matthew's story and a little bit about our LinkedIn coaching program. So Matthew, why don't you go ahead and just, introduce yourself a little bit for those who don't know you, talk a little bit about what you do for a living now that you're a successful career coach.
Well, thank you, sir. But yeah, no, I'm Matthew. I'm a 22-year-old. I grew up in Singapore, currently in Vancouver, went to UBC for university. But, now I basically help students also in university break into, high-paying jobs on Wall Street, finance jobs, the classics like that. And Surim was a key part of that transition from student to entrepreneur.
That's awesome, Matthew. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, UBC is in British Columbia, Canada. So yeah, we're both actually Canadians in this call. Coincidentally, we didn't plan this out. So with that being said, Matthew, what made you, want to start working with me in the first place?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I think I came across Surim's LinkedIn account, and he's just so smiley, so charismatic, and had a ton of client results, and just seemed to make everything seem so effortless. And I think that was just so appealing to me, and I had to find out more. So one thing led to the next, and hopped on a call with him.
Awesome. Yeah. We had a great call, and then you enrolled right away. So that's great, man. So tell me a little bit more about your experience when you did get in the program, right? Like, what was it like, kind of the support you got? Because I know, like, when you walk into a coaching program, of course, you hear what it's going to be about, but what was it actually like when you got in there, when you had your coaching calls, the support talk, run us through a little bit of that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I had no experience with any coaching prior to this, so I really had no idea what to expect. I hopped on that first call with Sarib, and I was honestly quite surprised. He was quoting all these big numbers, and I was like, dude, I just started. Like, there's no way. And what do you know, 3 months later, hit many of the numbers that Sarib said, throughout the program, and he's very supportive, always online, like giving me the exact steps that I needed to get from point A to point B. And he just made everything seem so effortless, which is like so frustrating at some points. It's like, are you sure it's that easy? But really, like, once you do it, once you get the inputs correct, the Stern always says, like, the outputs take care of themselves. So it was a lot of support, and the exact right steps that I needed to follow.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So that's great from the one-on-one side. And then, from just the community, the program, working with, just other people as well, right? Because we also have the group side of the program. How did you find those calls as well? Because also I know, again, like I said, you were a full-time student while running this business. So I noticed you did make the calls. So how did you, really take that information and apply it, and what were the results like from that?
Yeah, no, the group coaching calls were really stellar. The course itself answers many of the core parts, I think, of just running, a coaching business on LinkedIn. But the group coaching calls really went into the more nuanced aspects of sort of like one-upping your business and improving it here and improving it there. And so, I was basically able to like take my pick from these menus of different items that Surim had kind of laid out for us on these group coaching calls. And all the instructions were super clear, and so it was just sort of like extensions of the course twice a week, every week, for the past 16, 20 weeks. So they were really helpful in the community itself. I think just seeing other clients, seeing the results that they're getting really helped push me over the edge for certain things. So I'd say the community is a core part of it.
That's awesome, man. So tell us about that $25,000 month of yours. Like it was month 3 of the program. You had 25 grand. Like, how did that just feel? Because 3 months before, you were basically just any other university student, probably just getting by. So how did that feel for you to be like, wow, like this is real? Tell me a little bit more about that side.
Yeah. Well, I was a little worse off than just getting by. I was in debt to my parents. But when I hit that month, I was like, holy, like what just happened? Like I just followed these things and they really just took care of themselves. So it wasn't like easy, but when you have the exact steps to follow and you know exactly what to do and the numbers to hit, it becomes very, very simple. And I think like Surim's focus on the inputs as opposed to the outputs and making these as clear as possible was just like, I came at the end of the month, I was like, dude, like, how did this happen? Like, I had no idea. So it really just came as a surprise, but it felt amazing, man. I was like, dude, now I can like travel anywhere I want, buy anything I want. Okay, maybe not anything, but certainly more than
You'll get there for sure.
Yeah.
No, totally, man. I hear what you're saying. That's awesome, and it wasn't just like a one-off month, right? Like you've consistently been hitting in the 5-figure range month after month. Your business has grown. You've already hired people. Like this is like a full operation, and you're only 22 years old. Like, to be honest, you're way ahead of me, man. When I was 22 years old, I was still figuring a lot of stuff out. So kudos to you on that, Matthew. You've been great in the program, and it takes 2 to tango, right? I've been the coach, the person supporting you, but you've been the person taking action, making sure, being accountable, following instructions. So, much respect to you on that. So, Matthew, I won't extend this too long. Just one final question for you here, which is, what advice would you give to someone who's kind of on the fence? Because I can assure you, probably someone who's thinking about working with me or enrolling in our coaching program right now is like watching this video. So what would you tell them, considering, 3 months before you started, you were a broke student who was in debt to your parents, and now you're a literal multi-6-figure earner at 22 years old. So what would you say to that person right now who's watching this video?
I would say that you probably already know that you should do it, but it's just that sort of uncertainty with taking a risk. But no risk, no reward. And the good thing is that you're betting on yourself. So, doing this will give you the exact roadmap, and really after that, it's all up to you. So if you're on the edge, I would say do it, because waiting won't help you at all, and there's no right moment. So just jump right in and just follow all the steps, and you'll be good.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot, Matthew. That's really good advice. Yeah, man. You got to invest in yourself. You got to risk it for the biscuit sometimes. And you're living proof that works out, man. Okay. So, all right, Matthew, thank you very much for being on this. I appreciate it. I'm sure you guys can go check out Matthew's LinkedIn profile and go from there. But again, thanks for being here. And Matthew, I look forward to continuing to work with you and, scaling even beyond this.
So do I, sir. No, it's exciting. Excited to see.
All right, Matthew. All right. Take care then. I'll talk to you later.
Well, hey, look, Matthew's story is very inspiring, but it's not unique. There's lots of people running 6-figure businesses just using LinkedIn organically. So if you want to speak to me one-on-one to see how I can help you build your 6-figure coaching business just using LinkedIn, schedule a one-on-one call with me. There's a link down below in the description. You can click on that and we can have a one-on-one game plan session where on this call, I will help you figure out where your buyers are on LinkedIn, what you need to do to attract those buyers, how to convert them consistently so that you have paying clients purchasing from you on a regular basis. This is a totally free call me and you can have together. So just click on that link below and we'll talk soon. Take care.